Okay. Versatile Vigilante, Young Vince, Uncle Vinny. We got the behind the scenes legend in front of the camera today, bro. Very, very rare. Composed by motherfucking Kyle.
It's good, man.
How are you, my guy?
I'm alright. You know, life's been interesting, definitely this past year. I got a billboard at Yonge and Dundas on
Saw that.
I think like a couple days ago, and I think it's a great way to start the year. I've been waiting for this for like 5 years, so I mean it's pretty big. It's pretty important to me.
Yo, congratulations, man.
Thank
I
you.
saw that.
Thank
I
you.
saw shout out the big homie Dimitri as well.
Yeah. And Ten Tango.
10 Tango.
It's great people, great energy, great vibes.
That's an unreal crew, bro. Congratulations. Very excited to see that. Is that still up?
I think it got taken down yesterday, but
Okay.
I have enough photos, and no, it's definitely something like I've been anticipating for a very, very long time.
Man, having your own billboard, Young and Dundas, like where else can you really imagine it? It's a rate unreal.
Man, I want Times Square, even if it's like a little like 2x2 like square or something somewhere, just to be like, yeah. I mean that and a technicality, you know, it's there, right? Like
Hell yeah, man. Yo, it's coming.
yeah, it's coming.
coming,
Eventually,
bro.
big things coming. I'm still trying to figure it out day by day.
Very relatable, bro. So, yo, very rare experience to have you in front of the camera. So I got to learn more about the Composed by Kyle origin story, bro.
I guess it started when I was like a kid. My dad gave me like an old digital camera, so I'm assuming this is probably early 2000s, and he let me like take a couple photos, and it was worth like $2,000 back in like 2004 or 5, and he just always loved taking photos, so it kind of just like spread. I kind of forgot about it in college, and I kind of went a different route. I was in school for social work, and it just wasn't fulfilling my needs, like what I wanted, like to be creative and I guess make art that matters, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I met my friend Alex Duong. He's a great guy. I met him in college when I was working some like dumb part-time job at like I think it was like Forever 21 or something, and I guess we kicked it off. We both started shooting, and I think he does a lot of like studio stuff. So like a lot of like stuff for like makeup, like crazy skin retouching.
Okay.
And I went a different route, but like I owe like a lot to him because he kind of pushed me in the right direction.
Right.
And I look back, and honestly, I should have probably dropped out of college. You know, like I knew, I guess like I should have known like this is the direction I want to go in life. And
Was that your first kind of taste of that creativity? Like, damn, I have this real freedom doing this.
yeah, it's definitely interesting, and like I have Filipino parents, so they're not really that supportive until I showed them that like there's people out here making real money in production. I'm hearing people clear like $100,000 contracts or some sort of contracts for big name brands like Dior and everything. It's insane. Like I don't like that's like the pinnacle of where I would want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a clear future here if the work is put in. You touch on an interesting point because I think that's not talked about very much. Like parents wanting a lot of the time, they want you to be safe. You know, they want that traditional look. So was it like a nerve-wracking experience when you told them, listen, guys, I want to go down the creative route?
Yeah, so originally I finished social work, and I did work in the field. I worked with foster kids, and it was a great experience, but it was also very like emotionally draining. And I'm like, man, I can't do this. Like I couldn't see myself being just stressed out and having
Right.
to write reports on these kids like every single week on some sort of instance. So yeah, I worked at Domino's for a bit delivering pizzas, and I think Domino's definitely helped build my social skills because you have to talk to so many people and you meet so many people when you're delivering pizzas. And yeah, I saved up enough for a camera, and I just said, all right, I'm out. Like I need to do something that means a lot to me, Yeah, and these photos are worth money. Like, they're valued at what they're perceived, right? So like, if you're shooting for Foot Locker, how much money is there? If you're shooting a wedding, how much do these photos and videos mean? Like, I'm new to like the video game, and like I'm learning that every single day. Like, people are charging thousands of dollars for a video, and if you can just do one every single day, that's $365K. It doesn't sound too bad.
Facts. It sounds very doable. Like, when you break it down like that, you make it so simple. Like, hey, if I do a photo or a video and you're willing to pay for this, then it's worth this. You know, and can you do that throughout a year? Absolutely. Throughout a life? Absolutely, bro. It's been done many times.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I love that. I love that you see clear potential in it, but you also are using it as like stepping stones. Like, you seem to me the type of guy that, correct me if I'm wrong, you're very open to learning new shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can kind of tell that.
Yeah. Recently, like, I think it was like a year ago, I started shooting music videos, and my first one was so bad. Like, I look back at it, I'm just kind of like, man, this was... I guess, you know, like, you have to start somewhere, right? Like,
absolutely.
Especially with the podcast. Like, I've seen the podcast grow, and looking at all the people, like, you're building something bigger, right?
Appreciate that, bro.
And you have, like, a bigger picture for all this stuff, and it's, you know, it's just an experience. Like, you really need to put yourself out there and sell yourself.
Exactly. Because if you want to do great things, you have to do great things.
Yeah.
You really have to be out there, you know?
On the drive here, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, like, I don't know. For me, I'm not really, like, much of a face person, like, maybe, like, a 1-2 photo. And I think I'm going to start, I guess, getting better at social media.
Right.
You know, some people book you for your personality, too, right? Like, I look at Huss, and Huss is busy as ever. And, yeah, it's... You know, you can say it, but like actually doing it is way more important. Yeah. Big
fact, because exactly, like, the idea is great, but until it's something, it's just an idea. Yeah. That's real, bro. Shout out Director Huss too, man. For anyone that doesn't know, banger interview with Director Huss where we had the Royal Honey, and the man behind the scenes that day was Kyle, bro. So this is a something that's been in the works, and I'm very happy for you to come back, man. Yeah. Fucking family shit. So, yo, you talked about you shot some weddings, you've shot music videos, you've done a bunch of shit. What was the first event that you shot, maybe paid or unpaid, but it was for someone else where you're like, damn, I'm doing this shit?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I like events because they're very lucrative. Like, the pay, the amount of money you can make for the time is very great, and the importance of the events is what's important, right? Like, people are having these events for a reason. I've shot corporate events, and like, they're a little bit slower than what I like. I love birthdays. Okay. Weddings are fun. Like, I consider myself a people person. I'm more kind of like intrapersonal. Like, I don't want to be like the most outspoken in a crowd of people. Like, I can talk to like a handful of people in a small room, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm very much the same way, bro. Like, more, maybe intimate's not the right word, but that type of setting where you're actually having a real conversation, right, always felt more comfortable, as opposed to like shouting over someone or like that club vibe where it's like, fuck, can't hear myself think, you know?
Yeah, I'm kind of like tired of the club scene. Like, I used to shoot at a lot of clubs. Like, I've shot at Rogue a couple times. I think Love Child, Apartment 200, and it's like, it's a great environment, but it's loud. Like, I feel like I'll turn 25 next month, but I feel old. Like, I just kind of want to go home and sleep. And
yeah, man. Yeah. Because it's like, after you've done that enough times, it's essentially the same. Like, the club experience is quite similar, you know, if you go 10 times.
It is. It's a great thing for networking, definitely.
Very glad you brought that up, because that was a point Director Huss made during our session about importance of networking. You've been doing the photography stuff. You've been outside. You agree with that statement, how it's one of the most important things you could ever do?
Yeah, 100%. Let me think. So last summer, I worked for a company called Hunters Club, and they host an event called Clubhouse Jamz, and it's kind of like 106 in Park, but for Toronto. And
Yep.
it's pretty incredible, like the people you meet, because like everyone's interconnected to each other.
I completely agree. I think there's an exciting scene going on in Toronto right now with a lot of those types of events and some really cool ass people. I actually saw you at an event a couple months back. Boombox.
For Beat Cave, yes.
Beat Cave,
yes,
and
yes,
that
yes.
those shout out Beat Cave. Like
Yeah,
those
Beat Cave's
events are
amazing.
so important, man.
They put everyone in the right room, and you, how can I say this? You get what you put in, right? So like if you introduce yourself to like 20 people, that could be 20 paying clients, and those clients have money. Everyone has money, kinda. It's
Yeah, money or potential.
potential,
You know?
definitely.
That's it's just so true, man. Was that kind of how you started just expanding, like just at talking to as many people as you could?
So I've been kind of new to this. Like I've been doing this professionally for like the past 2 years, and I've been scratching by kind of like every month.
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of like the beauty and the struggle of being an artist or like a photographer, videographer, director. So the first person I really met, or that kind of put me in a good spot, was Solutions. I think he had like he sold Six Buzzers, or he had a company that was sold to Six
Oh
Buzz.
shit, Tdot Solutions.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah, man.
Yeah. He's
I was hearing you describe it. I'm like, fuck, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, he's an amazing guy. He brought me out to the studio, and that's where I met Jesse Yonge. He's Smiley's engineer. Amazing guy. Then Jesse kind of introduced me to everyone, and everyone, like, I look back now after like 2 years of shooting that, like, literally everyone knows each other. And Toronto really isn't that big.
At all.
Yeah, everyone, if you think about it, everyone that you want to talk to is probably like an arm's reach, an uncle of an aunt,
Yep.
of a cousin or something. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of talent where you're located, where you're based out of.
You're 100% right, bro. Especially going to those types of events, those Beat Cave type events, those other types of events. You're like, damn, I know someone that you know, or I've seen you on IG before. Like, it's fucking nuts, man. The city is so big and so small at the same time.
It is, truly. Who was it? Someone I met like recently that kind of like blew my mind was I think I was shooting at apartment 200, and I just wanted to go get some air. Like I was with Hunters Club after they hosted an episode of Clubhouse Jamz.
Okay.
And they threw like an after party or something, and I was shooting for apartment and Hunters, and I overheard while I was getting air, some guy goes, yeah, I just like moved to LA, and like I've always been very like curious, and I realized this too, like you'll never know until you ask, and like I've literally gotten everything I've wanted just by asking. And you know, you ask nicely, you make the good connections and whatever. But I was talking to the guy, and I'm like, oh, like what are you doing in LA? He's like, oh, I'm like a video director. And he goes, I'm like, oh man, that's amazing. Like I want to learn video stuff and directing, and there's so much I need to learn, like with all the technical stuff and camera stuff. But yeah, so I'm talking to him, and I'm like, what's your Instagram handle? And he goes, it's at @GlennMichael/Kid Studio. And I'm like, no, you're not Kid Studio. Like this guy's done really big projects. Like you could fact check me and stuff. I think he did Beebs in the Trap. Like he directed the video for it.
That's nuts.
And like to have that as a project, or like something that makes that you could be like proud of.
Part of that catalog.
Yeah, your portfolio is like the most important part. Like we don't live normal lifestyles. Like I can't go, oh, I mean, I guess like if I was working for a label or something, oh, I shot for yada yada, like whatever. But yeah, like that's insane to have that opportunity. I think he's also shot for like he's done something for Post Malone, and I think he did that Drake song. So sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry.
Right.
He did that, like a music video for that, and I'm like, it'd be an honor to like do something that actually, I guess, means something, or like that actually like puts. I don't know how to like explain it. Like, it'd be an honor to like do something, I guess, at that caliber.
Yeah, man. I think what happens is you see, like, you remember all the work you've put in and all the things you had to do to just get to this moment, and then you have a situation like that where you could potentially make like just a piece of fucking art, and it's like kind of a symbol. Symbol of all the work you've put in, all the things you've done. You know,
Yeah,
I definitely feel that.
yeah. This year's been definitely pretty crazy. I didn't really see myself doing anything with camera stuff for like a bit, and I guess like now it's all kind of like manifesting and paying itself off. So it's pretty interesting, definitely.
It's beautiful to see, bro. I see you working, man. Like, I fuck with you because I think I'm more of a quiet guy as a person too, so I kind of relate to you in a way. And also, I see the people you work with, and I've seen you work too. Like, yo, you do your thing. Like, there's a lot of people that are a lot of talk and not a lot of action, work ethic, and you're, to me, like that opposite. Like, let's come in and work, you know?
Yeah.
And be cool as fuck.
Thank you.
You know, that shit, those are the two most important things. Good work ethic, are you cool to be around? You know?
Definitely. One of my things, like, I've always like done is like same day turnarounds. So, because I know the importance of these photos, like the urgency of these photos, like they need to post it like yesterday.
Facts.
Yeah. So like for me, like you can probably ask anybody, like I'm really hungry and driven, and also kind of like doing all this photo video stuff. It's kind of like therapy in a sense. It's really weird. Like I lose hours. Like I've been up. I think last night I was up to like 4:30, just like looking through footage of the music video I shot last night, and it was good. It was good. Like,
you love doing it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I got to scratch by, and for the first bit, but like once everything starts really paying off and taking off, then I'm chilling. Like I don't need
100%, bro. You're putting your hours in, you're putting your time in, and you're doing good work, man.
Thank you.
Like, hey, and the people you're working with are serious guys too. Like, that's one thing I think. Being in this, like being in the city, like you mentioned, it's a small city. Good reputation gets around, bad reputation gets around.
It does.
You know,
It does.
so that good reputation can take you further than you would ever think.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. What was it? It was I was at event, Shaq Diesel's event for like networking. I think he's gonna be hosting it like once a month, and a girl said something. I think she's the PR. She's a PR of a company. I don't remember her name exactly. I think it was Lauren, but she said something, and she said like always underpay and over deliver, because like that will make your reputation way better.
Facts.
Yeah, like,
you're blowing away their expectations.
Yeah, like I don't mind doing same day edits. Like, well, obviously, like I need sleep sometimes, but like sleep can wait. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get this like rush, and like I can't sleep at night sometimes. Like I swear I'm insomniac or whatever. But yeah, I
think you're loving what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, and I think it's starting to show that I'm going in the right direction.
Oh man, I got no doubt about that, bro. Like I got no doubt about that, because I think your goals are in the right place. Like, I've never once heard you talk about my goal is to like have this crazy viral moment, or my goal is this and that. Your goal, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, keep getting better and keep growing.
100%. Yeah, it's weird being a creative, especially I feel like in this industry, because everyone's done the same thing over and over and over again. And for me, I've always liked doing something, I guess, I don't want to say out of the norm, because it's done before, and all art stuff is recycled at the end of the day.
Yep.
But yeah, like I've been bringing back old VHS camcorders and using them for music videos, and it looks amazing.
I love that style, bro. That grainy style.
Yeah, it's all on tapes. My grandma gave me a VHS camcorder, I think last year, and there was 40 hours worth of footage from 25 years ago. So it was like the camcorder's older than me.
Unreal.
And it's weird. It's weird watching it and looking at like this was what they used back then. And it's not out of the ordinary. Like you see it enough in music videos, but like you just got to bring it back. Like I shoot and develop my own film in my basement. I've gotten enough chemical burns from bleach. It's great, but it's it's what I like.
Yeah, man, you're experimenting. You're a mad scientist, bro.
Yeah, no,
mad scientist.
I have to literally wear an ugly sweater and like gloves. Like it's pretty deep.
That's so cool, bro. Yo, in your experience, not speak on other people, but do most photographers use real film like that?
A lot does.
Okay.
A lot do, but it's very expensive. Like Kodak's prices are going up because of demand. So I used to be able to go to Walmart and pick up a 3-pack of film for like $20, but now it's like $30.
Inflation's hitting everything, bro. Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a great look. Like I think film and film photos, like I look at some of the most iconic photos, like think of photos taken of Muhammad Ali in the ring.
Beautiful film, yeah.
Yeah. Like I do a little bit of boxing, so I have a little bit of appreciation for the the art and how it kind of intertwines. It's like boxing and fighting, or documentation as a general whole is very important. Document everything. All these photos are worth gold.
Real shit, man. They're priceless, literally.
Yeah. Some people make a lot of money off these photos too. Like I've had some of my pictures used for club flyers. Like, I mean, that's kind of like the lower side of everything, but like promo and videos is very important. TikTok. I'm kind of like just on Instagram really. I don't really care about social media kinda.
Right.
I just post once in a while just to kind of like say I guess I'm working. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially like the new business card, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Like your IG is more, I think, for networking than anything else.
Yeah. No.
But yo, would you ever do like a book, like a book of all your pictures? I've seen some photographers do that.
Yeah.
I think that would be so lit.
I think in like maybe 10 years, because I don't have any really big photos that I've done that are really, I guess, gallery worthy. Like,
right.
Something I can be like, yeah, this is my photo. Like I have a couple cool photos here and there, but there's nothing to actually like make a full like flip book for yet.
So that's such a good answer, man. That's such a humble answer. Like, yes, I'm doing this, but when the time is right, when we're ready, yo, you understand the work you are capable of, the work you've done. Love it. What's gonna get better?
It will.
Fucking love that, bro.
Yeah, it's just got to be different. I think it was, we weren't born to fit in. We were born to stand out, right?
It's true.
Yeah. So being different, showing that you could make an impact, especially in art. Like everything's art. Some of the tattoo artists I've worked alongside are amazing, and like they're so young, but yet they're so different. Like they're booked up like crazy, and they're making like probably like 10 bands in tattooing because they have their own style, and the way they execute what they're doing, and especially what like they execute it with confidence, I guess. Like
that's the key with every craft, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do, that confidence. You mentioned before how, like, yeah, everything's been done before with art, and I think that's a weird thing some people do. Like, oh, another podcaster, another photographer, another rapper. Yeah, but we can do it completely unique. Because you could say that for anybody. Another another mechanic, another fucking cook. Like, bro, you got to do something.
Yeah, you got to be different.
Yeah, man. It's not your role that makes you different. It's how you maneuver in that role. Mm-hmm. That's real.
I definitely believe everybody in all art fields can make money and do what they're doing full time if they understand the industry of what they're doing. Like, my parents they would cuss me out. Like, they would cuss me out and be like, what are you doing? Go get a master's in social work and work for Child's Aid Society or something, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. That's just not me, you know? Like, and I'll point this out to them a lot. I don't know if it comes off a little passive aggressive now, but like, they like to watch movies a lot. I'm like, you know, they're using a $70,000 camera shooting some of these scenes, and then there's a guy editing this that is making $200,000 for however long the project takes, or yeah. And it's like, there's money out there, definitely, you know. And people that are knitters or become like they're designers or whatever they may have, you like, tattoo artists make a lot of money. Like, if people were gifted with drawing or some sort of like pen and paper work, like, they could definitely do it. Some people draw like crazy stuff, and sometimes it gets overlooked, but if you just keep going and just figuring it out, right? Maybe it's a transition into something. Like, a lot of my friends that draw ended up becoming tattoo artists. Yeah, it's only you only need to make $274 a day to make $100,000 if you do it every single day. And
very real.
Yeah, 274.
Very real, man. Because what you're describing is that journey that I think some people might have a fear to go down because it's not clear. Like, I wanted to be a painter. I don't want to do tattoos. Meanwhile, you got a fucking talent. You know, you got a talent. Like with the videos, was that something you thought you'd be doing when you first started taking photos, or was it like, let me experiment now? You've done the photos.
Yeah, like, I was always learning photos, but video work always like interested me. Like, you see the coolest stuff happen in videos. I'm trying to think of something. Like, I've been rewatching a lot of like old mafia movies recently.
What are your favorites?
Scarface and Donnie Brasco, definitely.
Two huge classics, bro.
Of course, it's kind of cliche, but yeah, like the cinematography behind all that stuff, and it's great.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up, because I definitely like asking you about your kind of influences, maybe, or what you like to watch. Those types of films, especially Scarface, I feel like the colors and it's sunny Miami, but very gritty, grimy. Like, shooting it that way took it to that next level. Like, those are the things that I think a good eye can't be taught,
Yeah, it's all in the vision, right? Like, everyone's vision's a little different. I don't know where my vision is yet. Like, I've been watching a lot of people, how they edit like music videos, and I see that everyone's a little different. Each project's a little different. It could be a cinematic music video with a lot of nice angles and slow-mo, or it could be like a really fast run and gun music videos with a lot of like flashy effects, but it's all on the vibe. I feel like everything fits where it needs to, right? Like Scarface, like the way they executed all the scenes it worked synergistically. Like, it worked all together.
Yeah,
very well.
It was natural to that. Like, everything has to be natural. Like, you listen to a rapper that all of a sudden wants to make like country music, it's clearly not, most of the time, too natural. Like, I don't know. Like, it might work once in a blue moon, because we can't really believe it.
Yeah.
Do you really want to do this, or you think this is like the trend and you're gonna make some money? If it's a vision that you have, you believe in it, you can tell through the art, man.
Yeah, definitely. You just have to be passionate about it.
Yep.
Right? Like,
take some risks.
Well, you don't. I feel like having a stable job it's amazing, and especially if certain life instances, like if you have kids, like, you need a stable job and whatever. But something about the risk makes it more worth it. Like, there's like high risk, high reward. I'm not saying put all your money in a penny stock and kind of like, and if that's a life you choose, like, I've rolled with like big time sports bettors, and I've seen my friends lose a lot of money, And it all depends on what you're willing to lose. I feel like I literally got my hands tatted probably like, I don't know, 2 months ago, and like in normal society it's deemed like bad, right? Like I can't get a government job now, but I kind of see my life going elsewhere, and I feel like I have nothing to lose. Like, this is what brings me peace of mind, and I know probably in the next 2 to 3 years, like, it should start picking up a lot more, and I can more confidently say that I'm a director, and yeah. Right now I'm taking like a couple corporate gigs. It's kind of funny, like, some of the corporate guys would like, they would look at me, and I don't look like a normal like, I guess, corporate photographer.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a nose piercing. I have tons of tattoos. But yeah, like, I guess people just have to embrace it. Like, this is me. Like, I want to be like as authentic to myself. Like, as
exactly. Nailed it, bro. Because that's what authenticity is. It's not to someone else. It's to you. It's to what you really like. Like, bro, I'm sure you were probably that way as a kid. Like, your mom want you to wear the blue shirt. I don't want to wear the blue shirt, man. I'm wearing the gray shirt. Like, it's. I think that's just in you. Like, remembering what you really like.
Yeah, this stuff means way more to me. Like, I always think about, I could drop all this right now. I could sell my camera. I could do whatever, and like, I'll be like an insurance broker. Like, they make some decent money.
Yeah.
I could do it full time, probably make more. I guess it depends on the route of where I would go in terms of my job right now, being into camera stuff. But yeah, like, I could be selling cars, and like, they make car salesmen can make some decent money. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of well-paying jobs, and it's like, that's not everything there is to it. There's other parts of life.
Yeah, one of my dreams is like to be international, like be goated like anywhere certified, and to travel for work. Like, life's too short to like not see the world. I don't know. I was thinking about going to Iceland for my birthday, but I don't know. I might still go. I'm not exactly sure. But
I think you should, bro. I think you're thinking about it, and you should go.
Yeah, I had like this whole like epiphany like one night, and I'm like, there's always a place I want to visit.
Iceland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things, man. I had some friends go, and they liked it a lot. It was, I think it's a nice place to go because it's probably so different from here. Change your perspective, Are you a travel guy?
I love traveling.
Where's some of your favorite spots?
I've been to the Philippines a handful of times. I like Mexico a lot.
Okay.
Like, for me, I just kind of like want to relax on a beach, have a drink maybe. I was just in Cabo recently shooting a music video.
Yo, that's fire. What? You're international already, bro.
No. It's
That's
for like one of my
sick.
friends.
Hey, still.
But yeah, like, I'm realizing that there's more travel opportunities through all the stuff. Like, I think like a couple of my friends, they'll go to like a country like down south or something. Like, they've always wanted to go to like whatever country down south, and they'll book videos there. And like, if they do resort videos, their stay's paid.
Beautiful.
Right? Like, isn't that like what people would like die for, like dream for? Like, just imagine me being like, I gotta go to like Atlanta to go shoot something, and then I gotta go to Florida, and I gotta go to like Denmark.
Facts.
Like, go anywhere.
And you're not in meetings. You're like shooting video. You're doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
100%.
And I still get to see everything. Like it'd be pretty like amazing. I really want to go to Dubai, check it out. Just a little out of the price range.
Dubai's far as fuck, man.
Yeah, it's expensive and stuff out there too. Like,
yeah.
I really want to go to Italy soon. Italy and Greece, get some cool like drone footage or whatnot. Maybe make like a little travel vlog or something.
Absolutely. Bro, that's the other beautiful thing with filming shit, like you can turn it into something. Like you can shoot like random couple minutes of you're on vacation, couple minutes this that, turn it into a sick vlog or something, sick short film if you want. Like I really like that you brought up earlier how it's important it is to document stuff. Like just do it. If you don't end up using it, fine, but it should be there.
Yeah, it's not even for the money if you document stuff. Like
No.
I've been getting more accustomed to taking photos on my phone rather than having my whole camera set up, just because like it's just at like your hand, like it's in your hand.
It's like the daily driver.
Yeah, no, for sure. And there's I get some like decent photos on my phone, like, and it's just snapshots, right? Like I don't want to pop out a whole flash and change settings and stuff. Sometimes I just want that like instant click to be like, yeah, I did this, or I was there.
Hell yeah. Bro, we have such a powerful tool every day, our phone.
Yeah.
Let's use that properly, at least, you know. I don't know about properly, actually. Maybe we're using it wrong, but let's fucking use it how we want to use it, you know.
There's the phones nowadays are crazy. Like you have literally anything you want at your fingertip. Like
anything.
From like Amazon, like you can literally buy anything you want, to literally contacting people and making money off your phone.
All day. People do that all day, man.
Yeah. Some of my friends are cashing out some real good money. Like, I don't really know much about like crypto or any of that stuff. I don't even really want to get into it because like some of my friends are whatever. They're probably crying right now. A little. But yeah, like they're making money off their phone. It doesn't make any sense. Like why? It sounds insane to me that like people are making more money off their phones than regular jobs. And it's not, okay, sure, they might technically make the same money, but it's the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like time is so valuable. I can't be at an office for 40 hours and driving 2 hours to the office back and forth. That's already enough hours of your week that you should be putting towards other stuff, you know, self-care and, you know, like maybe working out or something. Like I've been slacking. I've been eating a little too good.
Same, bro.
From
Winter
corporate
time, man.
Yeah. And yeah, like it's
real shit though, bro. It's other parts of your life.
Yeah, like I always like say to talk about like, or I always try to like talk about balance, and I'm like kind of like the last person to talk about it because I like to be a workaholic. Like this is like what I like. This is my passion. And now I'm starting to make some money, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, just keep going. Like, just close your eyes, autopilot. Just keep working. And like other parts of my life have slacked, or but yeah, like, you know, balance is definitely important, and time is a very interesting concept because even when I was working like minimum wage at Domino's, deliver pizzas, I was only making what, $14 an hour. Yeah, I can go shoot something right now for like $200 or whatever the package or whatever content may it be, and this content's way more valuable than that person needing Domino's. Like the amount of times where I've seen like cars crash, like my friend crashed his car delivering pizzas in the middle of winter. I live in Whippy, and it's all farmland, so some of the roads are unpaved, and it's bad. Like, and it's not meaningful. Like I understand like you need money, but like sometimes like I feel like you need to struggle, and like life's not supposed to be easy. Like that's,
if it is, it's what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, life's supposed to be, I guess, like challenging. Like it's supposed to test yourself, right? Like
facts. It's like most people were way more willing to put that challenge into like getting to work on time, even if that means putting ourselves at risk, driving fast on an icy road. But we're not willing to put that challenge in for something we actually really enjoy doing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what do you think that is? Like a fear?
I think comfortability. Like I was really comfortable at Domino's, and it was great. I ate pizza. I didn't really do much, you know. I was a hard worker. Like I was probably clocking like 50-hour weeks at Domino's delivering pizzas, and it was kind of ridiculous, but I mean they needed it, and at the time, like, I was still, like, stacking enough money where I can save and just be like, okay, I have this much money. I'm going to try to see how far I can go with photography and see if, like, it takes a lot of my money out of my savings. And it's been paying off now. So, like, I like to try to stay above a certain amount of money in my bank account. And I haven't gone below in the past 2 years of doing this full time. Yeah.
That's excellent, bro. That's great financial advice too, where it's like we can't be super reckless financially. Like, take risks when need to take risks, but we got to live too.
Yeah.
And I think that's valuable to share. Do you feel like working those jobs helped you with money? Because you're like, damn, I now know how many hours I worked for this amount. If I get this amount.
It's really weird to say, because for me to get into the city, plus parking is $30 already.
Right.
And like I've done enough free photo shoots, and like I feel like I've climbed the ladder of like how like of the people I'm meeting at like the calibers, and I've done a lot of free stuff that's came out of my pocket, but it's paid me bigger, like paid me tenfold like later. But yeah, like, you know, you just got to take the risk sometimes. Like, sometimes the risk is way more worth it, and like peace of mind, and just have a little bit of faith in yourself that everything's gonna, you know, turn out. Like, keep, you know, you have to look really within yourself.
Shit's not easy a lot of the time, man. Like, you're shooting most of your stuff by yourself, so that means you're bringing all your cameras, you're driving there, you're getting everything set up, working for free sometimes. Bro, this shit it takes work, man. Not a lot of people, I think, would do it, you know? So, fuck, man, I respect it. And that's one thing I think that's going on in the city right now. There's a lot of young hustlers kind of doing that same shit, grinding, like putting time in, working. So, man, I love that you're sharing that story.
It's real. Like, it's a little painful sometimes, because I don't work an ordinary job. Like, for me, it's kind of crazy, because it's like survival mode. You start thinking, you start counting your pennies and stuff, and it's like, okay, I only have this much money. These are my bills for the month. I need to make this much money to cut even or whatever, and it's spooky sometimes. Like I've you know, I've spent a bit of money in my savings, but like I still haven't gone below that threshold yet. So, you know, you gotta think about it. Like, you gotta really like be aware of how money works, and you know, some people are great with money, and I definitely believe it's not how much money you're making, it's what you're saving. My dad's really bad with it. Like, he bought like a boat, like a rowboat, and it's great, but and he's listing all this stuff to me. He's like, oh yeah, I bought the motor, I bought this. I'm like, how much did this cost? He's like, oh, like 6-7K. I'm like, I guess if you're gonna be using it a lot, it makes sense. But yeah, but he's really frivolous with like his spending. Like, I don't go anywhere. Like sometimes, you know, if there's a motive or there's work, but I'm mostly like a homebody. I don't really do much. Like, I work, I go to sleep, I do some research on whatever stuff I can do research on. Yeah, but that's about it. Like, I don't club unless if I'm shooting. A lot of my social life is based off my work. So like, whenever I'm shooting, like, I'm around a lot of people, and sometimes I don't really like being around a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it all varies on circumstance and situation. Like, if I got asked to shoot at a club, and if I don't know the people, sometimes I'll turn it down. Sometimes, but yeah, I kind of need the money, and if it's cash, it's great, right? Cash is king. But yeah, no, there's some instances where like I'll have to turn it down, or like it's too late. It's costing me energy, or it's costing me money, or yeah, and you just don't be afraid to like say no sometimes.
Big facts, bro. Like, like you mentioned, you're like a workaholic, but sometimes, to me, what that means is forgetting that you have a personality and like you got to take care of yourself too. So you have that balance already of, yeah, I'm really gonna work my ass off, but tonight, you know what? I'm not gonna take this. It's costing me too much other shit.
Yeah,
it's important.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I'll do like double bookings, and it's great for the money and great experience, but I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Like and the money's great. Like it'd be more than I'd make at Domino's for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So it all comes to a cost. Like, what's the price, right?
Exactly. That cost analysis. That's real, bro. So, you mentioned you were chilling with, you got to meet Smiley's engineer, you said?
Yes, Jesse.
Shout out Jesse. Jesse Yonge?
Jesse Yonge.
Shout out Jesse Yonge.
Yeah, he just got a plaque, actually, for his studio, for Over the Top.
Oh,
like,
huge.
I'm so proud of him. Like, he's doing
shout out
amazing.
Shout out everyone doing their thing, man.
Yeah.
Legend.
I'm seeing everyone get plaques, and I'm like, man, like, when's mine
coming, bro?
I don't know how these plaques are weighed, though. I don't know if it's based off streams. I know for Spotify, it's based off streams, but for YouTube, like, some of my friends are getting plaques, I think. My boy Macadelic just got a plaque for 456.
Shout out Macadelic. Coming in here soon, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like, it's cool because it's like a physical. It's basically like an award, right? Like you achieved a feat in your field, and it's commemorated. Right?
Yes, and not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Worthy of a plaque.
Exactly. Yeah, I used to go to 669 a lot. It's a studio on Queen West.
Yep.
I don't know if you've heard of it. And it kind of weirded me out, but I was going outside to go get some air in the back, and I see a bunch of plaques. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I know Tdot, the engineer. Like he's like Anders' engineer. And then I see this like little tiny plaque, and I'm like squinting my eyes and I'm reading it, and I'm like, no flocking. What? So I talked to my friend Mark. Shout out to Mixed by Mark. Mixed by Mark.
Mixed by Mark.
Mixed by MS. But he goes, yeah, that's the guy that owns the studio. I think he owns the studio. I don't know, like you could correct me. But he mixed No Flocking by Kodak Black.
Huge classic.
Yeah, it's like I think it was one of the songs that picked up Kodak Black's whole career.
Hell yeah.
Right? And I just kind of stared at it for like, I swear, like 10 minutes. I'm like, this is insane. Like this doesn't make any sense to me. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. Like I think like money is an illusion because it just goes and it always comes and everyone makes money so quickly. It goes like obviously you pay your bills and you do like all the stuff you need to do. But yeah, like these people are becoming like legendary. Like they have some sort of credibility where they're doing what they want to do. And that's ultimately like what I want to achieve.
These are real life examples of people making it happen. And we can do that shit too.
Yeah.
I think that stuff is so important, bro. To see, like, when we see people on TV or, whatever, it seems far away. But people in the city that we actually know or people we know them that are doing this shit makes it real, man. It's like, no, it's really, really, really possible. Mm-hmm. And you do this shit you're like, okay, let's get it. You ever have to do that sometimes? Like, remind yourself, yo, I done some sick shit already. I'm capable of doing some more.
Yeah. It's just kind of more waiting on the opportunity because all the opportunities have just kind of presented itself. Like, I kind of stopped chasing stuff, and it's been great because everything's been kind of falling in my lap beautifully, and I haven't really had to do much work, I guess. Like
universe, man.
Mm-hmm. And some sort of karma. Like I definitely believe in karma, and the more good you put out, the better come back in spades, right?
100% agree, bro. I live by that as well, and fuck, man. I think that's such a great message. I think a lot of times, especially in like the media era, like it's a lot of bullshit stuff that's promoted where I think you're getting really bad karma from a lot of stuff you're doing. Got to remember, sometimes just being a good person can get you pretty far. Being an honest person, good hard worker, you know, being authentic, that shit takes you to interesting places.
Yeah. Having good intentions, definitely. Like, some people have really malicious intentions, and like some people will only try to use you for what they can get out of you, right? Like, I've had like former videographer friends who are like, oh, you should come to the shoot. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Like, oh wait, but we need this, and I'm like, oh, so I'm kind of like your rental company, right? And I'm not getting paid for any of these rent. Like, you know, like, some people are like, fine, like, I understand some people need it, but like, their relationship's different because they're actually people I can be cool with and rent out or like lend out stuff and have to thing. Like, some people will just use you. They'll milk everything out of you. They don't care. They're selfish, right?
Would you have some advice for maybe someone's watching this and going through that where they're feeling like they're being taken advantage of? Would you have some advice on how to hold yourself down in a situation like that?
I guess be wary. You know, some people are slick. Like, they're hard to like read sometimes, or their
intentions might be kind of
like
shady.
They want more for them than they want for you, right?
Yeah. Not balanced at all.
Yeah, it's one-sided. Like, you want these relationships to be meaningful relationships that will bring you farther. Like, I've cut off some videographer friends. They're not even friends, really, I guess.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But yeah, I've cut them off, and I'm like, yo, I remember like one video shoot, the guy just got a camera body, and he booked a video shoot. He's like, yo, can you spot me some stuff? And I'm like, or he's like, no, do you want to come shoot something? So I'm like, sure, why not? It's like, can you bring me some stuff? And I'm like, this is me being like, I guess, naive almost. So I'm like, yeah, sure, like, what do you need? He's like, oh, could you bring your gimbal? Can you bring a lens? And I'm like, come on, man. And you're only giving me $50. Like, I don't mind doing you a solid and like making good art, but like, I was really hoping like he would teach me, he would whatever. But he just like brushed me off the whole time, and like he was really full of himself. Like, I couldn't dig it. Like, I've been reading a lot of people and like reading how people like move and stuff, and you see now like how people, they don't care. They truly don't. They want to benefit themselves. Like, you can tell when people are just like looking at their phones, like not actually having a genuine conversation with you.
Yeah. And that shit bites you in the ass at the end, man, because hey, man, we could have been cool. Now I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with people like that. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't know. Like, I'm generally like a nice person. I'm pretty level-headed. Like, I don't start any beef for no reason or any of that stuff. But it's like, these people don't care.
No, and I love that you have that radar, man. Because we'll probably never stop running into that type of person, but we gotta be good at identifying it, and not being around that type of shit, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's very real. So, we're fucking approaching an hour. I have one last question for you, and then I want you to promote anything you want to promote. Do you have a favorite story of being on a set? Whether that was your own photography shoot, a video shoot, putting you on the spot.
Yeah. Is it like a set or an opportunity?
Anything.
I think it was like the first opportunity that actually, I guess, introduced me to the right people. So I shot a music video for my friend Dre. He goes by Ducato now on Instagram. Check him out. More music coming soon.
Ducato.
Okay. Ducotto. Yeah, so he introduced me to his boy at his birthday, and our birthdays are like 4 days apart, so I guess we're kind of celebrating like conjoined. birthday, and his boy introduced me to this artist named Molly Sways, and then Molly kind of like introduced me to everyone, and it was kind of surreal because he rented out a huge studio. I think it was Pie in the Sky out in like Danforth, and I've never been on set before, so I don't know what's going on really. Like, I just know I take photos sometimes, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, he introduced me to like a lot of like great people, and the energy was good. Yeah, it was. I think that's kind of like the thing that stands out to me the most. It was like the first opportunity being in a real like photo video studio, and now it just seems like regular stuff to me. Like, I'll be in a studio like once or twice a week, depending who books. It'll be like, I don't want to shoot anything like now because it's cold outside.
Facts.
It'd be like that. Like, I'll do it. Sometimes I wear like double sweatpants.
Yeah, man. Gotta prepare.
Yeah, it's getting colder. You know, like I don't like being out in the cold. I want to be on a beach somewhere.
I'm with you on that, bro. We gotta do that.
Yeah. We'll fly out somewhere.
Yes, sir.
We'll go somewhere cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yo, and you shot for Smiley, man. Shout out to fucking legend.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's weird because like a lot of my friends have worked with Smiley for like a long time. So like my boy Omji Films, like he was like,
legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. He shot TBA, and
one of the greatest Smiley songs ever for sure. At MK.
Yeah. He
MK.
Yeah, Omji's great. Like, he's been teaching me a little bit of editing. Yeah, but it's like Omji, and this is back when I was in college, but Omji's like, yo, I'm working with this artist, and he showed me his music, and like Smiley had to like definitely grow on me like quite a bit, and like yeah, but he showed me like Smiley stuff, and I'm like, oh, this guy's cool, I guess, you know. Like I kind of brushed it off, like I didn't really think much of it, but like now Smiley's signed to OVO, like that's pretty like crazy to me. But yeah, like I should have dropped out of college. Like at that point, like I could have been like, yeah, like let's go shoot Smiley. This is like it's like first year of college, so like 2019, I want to say, or 2018.
Yeah,
or something.
It's
and
pretty
I'm like,
early for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, I could have been there, but like I'm definitely grateful like on the opportunities I'm getting now. Like I really hope to build these connections with some of these like bigger name artists, and you know, maybe I'll go cool places.
You 100% will, bro. And you know what? I think you're also doing well because you're tapping in with young artists too. Like I see you working a lot. Shout out to the home team, straight to the bag. And no losses.
Yeah. Moss is great.
Moss,
no
1
losses.
Milli, Wavy.
Yeah, they're all
gang, man. And like those guys are gonna be blowing, you know.
Yeah.
And I see you working with them and other guys in the city. Like that's what I think is beautiful right now. There's a lot of potential and talent and good work ethic, which means it's gonna be some fucking booming, man.
Yeah, no, they're great people. I've known Moss for like a while. But yeah, no, I definitely see like a lot of potential. Like shout out to No Losses,
Gang.
Shout out to Moss, shout out to Wavy, shout out to Millie.
Whole team.
Yeah, they're all great people. Like and their music speaks for itself.
100%, man. I love seeing talent and good people work together. Love it, man.
Yeah,
It excites me, bro. So yo, anything you want to promote, anything you want to shout out. Anything you want, the floor is yours.
Go check me out at Composed by Kyle on Instagram. I might try to start up TikTok again, but like I'm kind of over it. Like I don't really want to post anything or make video content.
I feel you, bro.
For TikTok, I guess.
I use all my same content on IG for TikTok just to toss it on there. I'm
yeah,
like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's all recycled.
Recycle it, man.
All formatted the right way. Right?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. But okay, TikTok maybe.
Maybe depending on like it's not really time, it's just energy.
And how about like for a project, someone could just hit you on IG and be like, "Yo, Kyle, let's get to work," and you'd have a conversation.
Yeah. For me, yeah, just like a DM, email. I'm really dyslexic. Like I can't read really, so I rather keep it really short. Phone calls are good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just instant. Like I just want to be like, okay, go here, shoot this. This is somewhat of the premise of what we're doing today. Okay,
Done.
cool, done. And then I'll be there. Like, on a call, like a drop of dime, I'll be anywhere. So.
Pull up, bro. Still the pizza man.
Yeah. I'm
Still got the speed in you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm still, I'm doing my thing, and I'm trying to do more of it soon.
Hell yeah, bro. Shout out composed by Kyle. Fucking legend. I appreciate you, bro. It's a lot of
Thank
fun.
you for having me, man.
My pleasure, man. A lot of good stuff on the way. Shout out director Huss too, man. Legend. 2023. Let's get it.